33,000 feet up in the cloudless sky, passengers sitting or sleeping and probably enjoying the journey, eating a meal or pouring through the movie channels. Here are 5 more weird things to think about when you fly. On land, water boils at 100 degrees. On a plane, however, the reduced pressure interferes with the boiling process and the water starts to boil at around 90 degrees. This is why it's hard to get a good tasting coffee when you're thousands of feet in the air. It's true, food does taste different when you're flying. Passengers are more dehydrated on a plane than when they're on the ground. The atmosphere dries out the mouth, nose, and also the taste buds. And as the plane climbs higher, the change in air pressure numbs about a third of the taste buds, causing food to taste bland. And that's according to experts. Each company has their own internal and unique rules. However, there's one rule identical for all of them. The first and the second pilots, without any exceptions, must eat different dishes. The first pilot eats the food given in the first and in the business class, while the second is served with separate dishes. Thereby, airlines are reducing the risk of poisoning of all crew, leaving no one to fly the plane. Samoa Air, a South Pacific carrier, was the first to announce that they were to start charging passengers based on their weight. This sparked a debate on how overweight passengers should be treated when flying. It's still a gray area, but subsequently, Southwest and also American Airlines currently state on their website that you must buy 2 seats if you cannot fit into one. The wings are designed to move in this way, and this movement is entirely normal because what is happening is that the upward and downward movement of the plane's aluminum alloy body are rippling out along the wings. The tips of a large airliner wing, which can be 30 meters long, can move up and down as much as 3 meters during flight. This may seem very worrying, but is well within their tolerance for bending. The important thing to remember is that no modern aircraft has ever been brought down by turbulence, although passengers have been injured or even killed, either because they weren't wearing seat belts and hit their heads on the ceiling, or because heavy luggage fell out of the overhead lockers. Turbulence is caused by sudden change, either in temperature or wind direction in the outside air, and is entirely normal. As for the lightning, pilots are able to avoid most storms and fly around or above them.
The Boeing 747 Dreamlifter freighter is a wide-body cargo aircraft. Cargo is placed in the aircraft by the world's longest cargo loader. It is an extensively modified Boeing 747-400 and is used exclusively for transporting 787 aircraft parts to Boeing's assembly plants from suppliers around the world. In 2003, Boeing commercial airplanes announced that due to the length of time required by land and sea transport, air transport will be the primary method of transporting parts for the Boeing 787 Dreamliner, then known as the 7E7. Initially, 3 used passenger 747-400 aircraft were to be converted into an outsized configuration in order to ferry sub-assemblies from Japan and Italy to North Charleston, South Carolina, and then to Washington State for final assembly. But a 4th was subsequently added to the program. The large cargo freighter has a bulging fuselage similar in concept to the Super Guppy, also used for transporting wings and fuselage sections. At 65,000 cubic feet, the cargo hold is the largest in the world, and it can hold 3 times the volume of a 747-400F freighter. To achieve this massive transporter, Boeing acquired 4 second-hand 747-400s, 1 from Air China, 2 from China Airlines, and another one from Malaysia Airlines. The first 747 large cargo freighter, LCF, was rolled out of the hangar at Taipei International Airport on August 17, 2006, and it successfully completed its first test flight on September 9, 2006, from this airport. The first 2 LCFs entered service in 2007 to support the final assembly of the first 787 Dreamliners. In December 2006, Boeing announced the 747 LCF will be named Dreamlifter, a reference to the 787's name, Dreamliner. It unveiled a standard livery for the aircraft that included a logo reminiscent of the 787's Dreamliner logo. Certification finally came in June 2007. The aircraft's winglets were removed to resolve excess vibration and other handling characteristics prior to final certification. As part of the flight test program, LCF delivered major sections of the 787 from partner sites around the world to the Boeing factory in Everett, Washington for final assembly. The 747 LCF was granted FAA type certification on June 2, 2007. From its first flight in 2006 until certification in 2007, the Dreamlifter completed 437 hours of flight testing, along with 639 hours of ground testing. Of the 4 747 Dreamlifters Boeing acquired, 3 were complete and operational by June 2008. The 4th became operational in February 2010. When fully loaded, the Dreamlifter needs a runway 9,199 feet long to take off.
And this is all we have for you on this edition. Thank you so much for staying with us. See you next time. I'm Bukola Joe with Kitsumbi.